We have a post that is a 2-for-1. We have open relationship regret, and we have a man in his find out season because he overestimated his value out on the dating scene after requesting that his girlfriend open up the relationship. Let's get into this. This was posted in the relationship advice subreddit. He's 30, she's 27. He says, "Is my girlfriend selfish for not letting me sleep with a girl I met during an open phase?" He says, "6 months ago, I brought up the idea, the man, the 30-year-old man, I brought up the idea of trying an open relationship with my girlfriend. We'd been together for 3 years, and while I loved her deeply, part of me felt like I'd missed out on something sexually since she was my first and only girlfriend, while she had many exes. I didn't want to wake up one day at 45 and have regrets." She was shaken and asked me if I was unhappy with her. I said no, that I loved her, that it wasn't about us. I gave her every reassurance I could think of. After a week long of conversations, hesitation, she said she was open to trying it with rules. 6 months only, no catching feelings, no mutual friends, protection always, and no lying. She seemed a bit reluctant, but she said she'd accept it if we absolutely respected those rules. I was excited and grateful that she agreed. Keep the rules in your back pocket. 6 months only, no catching feelings, no mutual friends, protection always, and no lying. Keep the rules in your back pocket. At first, nothing really happened. She went on with her normal life. I was swiping, chatting, getting nowhere. Then one Friday night, she told me she was going out with some friends from work. She came back late, like 1 a.m. The next day, she told me she hooked up with a guy she met through a coworker. It just kind of happened. She said it felt strange, but okay. I tried to act cool, supportive even, as I didn't want her to feel uncomfortable and end it prematurely. From then on, she got more active. The next week, she was already seeing someone from her gym. She wasn't secretive about it. She told me when or where she'd go. I tried harder using all of the dating apps, going to bars, even signed up for salsa classes, but I just didn't click with anyone. I had a few dates, but none went anywhere. No sex, nothing. Meanwhile, she met more guys, coming back later more often. I figured she was on Tinder too, as I saw her profile while swiping. Eventually, she stopped telling me who or where. She'd just send me "don't wait up" texts, and I understood. Time went by, and it became a routine. I started losing hope while she continued seeing people. She didn't flaunt or anything. She just wasn't around as much. She also stopped texting me when she was out. One weekend, she didn't come back until Sunday night and just casually said, "It was easier to stay over." No apology. I won't lie, it stung. By the end of the 6 months, she had slept with multiple guys, some flings, some regulars, and I still hadn't slept with anyone, not even a kiss. But then, finally, I met someone promising on Hinge. She was cute, fun. We went on a coffee date. She even accepted the open relationship thing. She seemed genuinely into me, and for the first time in half a year, I felt that kind of sexual spark again. She had a seminar abroad, but she invited me over for a weekend when she comes back. Except that weekend was a couple of weeks after the 6-month agreement ended. I thought it was no big deal, so I asked my girlfriend if we could extend the open relationship just a little for me to explore this one chance I have, since she got to explore so many. I wasn't asking for another 6 months, just a bit more time. But to my surprise, she refused. She said she understands that it's frustrating for me, but we already agreed on a time limit, and I don't get to change the rules now. Y'all remember the rules? I said, yeah, but I finally found someone after 6 months, and I just needed a little more time to follow through. And it's unfair for her to have had so many experiences while I didn't have any. I just didn't want to walk away from this whole thing empty-handed, but she said no, insisting that we agreed on rules and she made us delete the apps. Now the open relationship's over and we're back to being exclusive. She's acting like everything is normal, but I feel used and bitter. I can't stop thinking about all the nights I was alone in bed while she was out getting attention and sex. And now that I finally found someone, she says it's over after getting everything she wanted out of it. I can't help but think this situation is unfair and she's being selfish. But the thing is, why is he saying, I feel used? Like, how did you get used? What did you get used for? You're the one that made this suggestion. So many of these stories end this way, especially with the dudes. The dudes are the ones requesting it, and the girls are like, no, 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 no. But nobody, oh, no, not nobody. Nobody should think that the men are going to go out there and get as much play as they think in their heads that they will get. The men really think that there's just going to be women lined up ready to throw all of the peaches at them. And that's just not reality. We see this time and time again. A woman posts on a dating app, she's going to get matches just because of supply and demand. There are not as many women, so women are going to be more in demand than men. It's just a numbers thing. Plus, men in relationships are just not the in thing. Women are just not out here like, yes, let me just go ahead and give it up to this dude that says that he's in a relationship. They might think that they're in, but sir, you're not in right now. Women are saying absolutely not, and that is what they are learning each and every time they try this experiment. We all get a giggle out of these experiments because it just keeps happening like clockwork. It is very regular. Let's look at some of these comments. Warm Sunday says, blah, ha, 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 ha. Karma is a wonderful thing. I'm always amazed at how many guys think the only thing stopping them from having women all over them is because they are taken. Ha ha ha, nope. And then Blind to the Side, it says, laughing my effing butt off. This is the best FAFO story I've read in a while. Me too. I was so tickled. Imagine calling this saint of a girlfriend selfish just because the OP has absolutely no gain. Shaking my head. Fit May says, surely it's more of a didn't F around and found out. LOL. Helpful Hour says, if anything, these 6 months should have taught him how lucky he is that his girlfriend is with him. She has men all over her while he can't get a date to save his life. But I hope he does keep pressing it so this woman will see how he's not worth her time. LaDouge Cherry says, no, she got everything you wanted out of it, and that's why you're jealous. She didn't even want to open the relationship up. What you were actually hoping for was a reversal of what ended up happening. Sorry, pal, you reap what you sow. Here's the OP saying, no, I don't want a reversal. I don't mind her living the open phase if I also get the chance to. But her getting so much out of it and then refusing that I use the one chance I have just because of an arbitrary time limit feels unfair. What does it change if I sleep with the girl 1 week before or after? She should be understanding of the situation. And I'm trying to figure out what the girl gets out of it, what the other woman gets out of it, considering it's going to be a hit and quit. And the thing is, these people do not understand that it takes a little while to learn someone. So is it even going to be fulfilling for that other woman for a one time, a hit it and quit it? Cheshire basically saying, you asked for this open relationship. She didn't. You forced her into it. She set clear rules. She explored her options. You were unsuccessful. That is not her fault. All right, I wanted to get to that part because the OP responds saying, I understand that. I'm not saying it's her fault. All I'm saying is it's selfish of her to be that anal about an arbitrary time limit when she knows the outcome is largely unbalanced in her favor, especially since it's something I wanted and not her. If I said we could do what she wants for a day and she fell sick during that day, I wouldn't say, oh, well, your 24 hours are over. I would be understanding of the situation. What she's doing is following the letter of the law and not the spirit of the law, which feels wrong, especially in a loving relationship where parties are supposed to be understanding. these dudes really should stop this open relationship stuff. But then again, I wouldn't get content and we couldn't laugh together. What do you think?